This blows. I don't want to go to another day of school ever again. I never learn anything there because it's way too difficult. Ugh.
Good morning, class, and welcome to math. Today, I will be teaching you about triangles in the Pythagorean Theorem. Please listen as I teach this to you.
Oh, I knew it would be another hard lesson in math. I can never understand anything about it. When will I ever be able to actually understand something?
Thank you for listening to me today. I hope that you all enjoyed this lesson. Remember, there will be a test tomorrow, so I hope that you will study and try your best.
What? No! I can't believe it. I didn't get anything out of that lesson, and we have a test tomorrow? Ugh! Nothing else good is going to happen, so I may as well just take the long way home. What on earth is that? I've never seen that before, and I've come by here lots of times. I wonder what this red button does. Oh my gosh, what's happening? I'm too young to die. Please, please, no! Where am I? What is this place?
Oh, look, there's a group of people over there. Maybe they can help me out.
I better go and check this out.
Oh, ha ha ha, yes, that was the first time that I finished doing that.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, hello, where did you come from?
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, sir, but I don't know where I am or who any of you are, and I think I might have gotten here in a time machine or a portal or something abstract like that. I'm so sorry. Could you please just help me out, sir?
Ho 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 ho! Oh, Stanley, my boy, this is Croton, Italy, of course, and I don't know where you came from or what a time machine is.
You mean we're on Croton, Italy, the ancient Greece island? Might I ask, sir, who are you?
Yes, this is the city of Croton, although I wouldn't really say that it's ancient. But anyways, I am Pythagoras, and these are my followers, Ophelia and Hephaestus.
Pleased to meet you, Stanley.
And I as well.
I can't believe that I'm in ancient Croton, let alone with Pythagoras and his followers. I should definitely ask him how to get help on my Pythagorean Theorem test for tomorrow. Mr. Pythagoras, sir, if I am correct, are you the one who created the Pythagorean Theorem?
Well, of course I did.
Yes, Pythagoras is an outstanding teacher, especially since he has been teaching us about his theorem and his other philosophical beliefs.
Indeed he has. Yes, and I also study music, astronomy, and medicine.
Yes, and Hephaestus and I are only a couple of his followers.
Wow, this is such an honor to meet all of you.
It is a pleasure to meet you as well. Now, my boy Stanley, is there anything that we can do for you?
Well, you see, my teacher was teaching me about your theorem earlier today before I wound up in this mess of events. I was so frustrated because I couldn't understand anything she was teaching us. It would be amazing if you could teach me
About my theorem?
Well, of course!
Come sit down right here and I will explain to you how I discovered my theorem. You see, it all started a few years before now. I discovered that if you take one triangle, and the triangle had a right angle, and you made a square on each of the three sides, then the biggest square has to be the exact same area as the other two squares put together. I called it, of course, the Pythagorean Theorem, and it can be written in one short equation. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Please note that c, otherwise known as the hypotenuse, is the longest side of the triangle, and a and b are the two other sides. You see, in a right-angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the two other sides. I thought of an example to test it out to see if it really does work. I took 3 squared plus 4 squared equals 5 squared. After you square them, it becomes 9 plus 16 equals 25. You see, my theorem worked, just like magic. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. That is
my theorem using a right-angled triangle. Remember, Stanley, that this is useful for finding out the third side length of a triangle if we know the first two side lengths of a right-angled triangle. Wow, Pythagoras, that actually made sense to me. I get the gist of it, but is there a method you used to remember it? It was a little bit overwhelming. Well, there is one simple way to remember it. Remember that when you are trying to find the third side length, a squared plus b squared will always equal c squared, or the hypotenuse. Think about it in more geometric terms. Remember that a is the opposite square, b is the adjacent, and c is the hypotenuse. When we are the opposite and adjacent, we can therefore find c, the hypotenuse.
So, my Stanley, does that make more sense to you now? Wow, that makes so much more sense, Pythagoras. But I do have a question. Can you find out if a triangle has a right angle if you know all of the side lengths of it by using the Pythagorean theorem? Great question, Stanley, and the answer is yes. For example, you could ask if this triangle has a right angle because we know all three side lengths. Using the Pythagorean theorem, we can find this out. So we can ask ourselves, does a squared plus b squared equal c squared? Well, a squared plus b squared equals 24 squared plus 10 squared, which when you square it equals 100 plus 576, which then equals 676. Now take a look at c. Does 26 squared equals 24 squared plus 10 squared, which is 676? Yes, it does. We can conclude that this is a right triangle. Remember though, the opposite side and the adjacent side added together may not always equal the hypotenuse. Because these numbers work, we call them a Pythagorean triple. And that concludes our lesson. I taught you about my theorem, how it works, and what a Pythagorean triple is. Wow, Pythagoras, you taught me more about your theorem than my teacher did. I'm so glad that I could help you, Stanley. It is time for Ophelia, Hephaestus, and I to leave. We have a very important philosophy meeting to attend with other great mathematicians and philosophers.
Yes, it is time for us to go. It was a pleasure meeting you, Stanley.
Yes, very nice to meet you, Stanley. Remember what Pythagoras has taught you.
It was nice meeting all of you guys, too. Thank you so much, Pythagoras, for this opportunity.
Anytime. Farewell, Stanley.
Bye, guys. Well, that was quite an interesting experience. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. I need to go home. I have to find that time machine. I think I woke up somewhere over there. I'm off to go find it. It seems like I've been walking for ages. Where is it? Yay, I found it! Now I can get home! Farewell, Croton. I'm going to miss you!
Good morning, students. Welcome to class today. I hope that you all remember to study for your test. I will be passing them out momentarily.
Yes, finally! I'm going to ace this test!
I'm going to give you the test now.
I've got this in the bag. Now let's see. Let's see here now. Number 1, solve this triangle. Oh, this is easy. I know that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So, 5 squared plus 12 squared must equal c squared. After we square them, it becomes 25 plus 144, which equals 169. So, c squared equals 169. But to find out what only c equals, I have to find the square root of 169, which is 13. The final answer is c equals 13. Okay, on to the second question. Now, number 2, does this triangle have a right angle? Well, let's see. To solve this, we have to find out if a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So, we have to do 3 squared plus 2 squared equals 9 squared. After we square them, it becomes 9 plus 4 equals 81. That does not seem right. Obviously, 9 plus 4 equals 13, not 81. So, this triangle does not have a right angle. Just 10 more questions to go, then I'll be finished. Teacher, I'm finished!
Very good, Stanley. You may go home now.
Yes, I felt great about that test.
Good morning, class. Welcome to class again. Please come and see me for your test results. I have your tests graded from yesterday.
Ooh, me first! I really want to see my test results!
Hold your horses, Stanley. My goodness. Well, I can say that I have some news for you.
You do? Oh boy!
I know that you have struggled with math in the past. I don't know what got into you this time, but you definitely did something. Stanley, I am proud to say that you got a 100% on this test, the best of any student in this whole school.
I did? I did? Oh my gosh!
Yes, congratulations, Stanley. Now tell me, where did you learn this material so well?
Well, let's just say it's pretty complicated.
Well, whoever it was, you should still be very, very proud of yourself.
Of course I'm happy. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me.